All right, here's another experiment. I picked up another controller. This one is, I swear they all look identical actually. They like several different companies sell the same looking controller board, and it's really there's only like two of them out there. That the other one I actually tried as well. Um, it errored out immediately, saying that it was overcurrent, so it wouldn't even try to turn the motor at all. This one will actually try. This one's a different one, so this one isn't the one that puffed up in smoke last time. What's going on here is we have the battery, power, positive, negative, 12 volts going into this unit here, which turns the voltage from 12 to 24 volts. 24 volts then goes into here. And then, so yellow is the 24 positive, black is 24 negative. And then a brown is A, B, and C. Those are those three wires right there. And that UVW then goes into here. There's a lot more wires in there, but pretty much the only wires that really matter are the black for motor, light blue for motor, and light green for motor. So essentially it's UVW. There's only three wires going in. The rest of them, encoder, the extra center tap, not connecting to any of those at this point. So with that, we have this. This controls the speed of the motor. It's currently set to off, so that's why the lights are off and nothing is turning. I figured out that currently, based on the direction of the motor, this is one direction, this is the other direction. O currently means that it's going to be open, unlocked, parking released, and 1 means that parking engaged. So if I go ahead and engage this by turning this thing on, so you hear it engaged there. So then, okay, so the parking is now open. If I switch it to 1 and I turn it back on again, parking is going to engage. So kind of clunky, not exactly the best design. Trying to debate if I really want to keep this kind of a setup or putting together something more elegant. The idea is that I want to be able to set this, turn it off. I need to know if it's engaged or not. I need to figure out a way how to know if it's engaged other than just hearing the click. Especially these, I don't want anything draining the battery while the car is in parking or not parking. So that's mechanical, electronic. So if anything, I might put this behind a switch to turn on 24 volts to the controller, and then I might put a switch to apply parking or release parking. This one I might just put it at maximum. So I need to figure out how well this thing does with just starting up and such. It definitely does a lot better when I turn it this way. Let me switch it back to the other one. So open. So when I engage it, yeah, so it's gonna be a little tricky. Trying to decide what's the best approach here. Yeah, but yeah, that's the status. Starting to get some feedback or responses from other folks online, so maybe we can find a way to get the VCM working. VCM is the vehicle controller module. That one is the one that normally controls this parking pole. And so if I can get that one to activate on its own, it's probably much more reliable than this little setup here. There's definitely a lot of other options, like turning the thing itself manually. I could technically just put this on there, build a mechanism to turn this with a cable on, off, but I don't want to run more cables. Cables are kind of bulky. If I run just a very clean wire in there, get this thing activated with a motor that's meant for that's made for this kind of environment for a car, it seems to be much more reliable. So definitely a lot more research, trying to see if I can find the most elegant way. Others have used Arduino to activate a driver, not the controller, but a driver runs on 24 volts as well. So this unit would probably still be necessary. And that driver is yeah, controlled by Arduino, which activates it on off. Also reads the encoder, so which knows their position, which would be rather useful as well. Um, so trying to see what's the best approach. I feel like an Adreno would require to boot up times, and I don't want an Adreno to be running all the time either, so that's something to also consider. But yeah, otherwise, not much work has been done on this. Haven't really had time. Um, but some small things like this is kind of simple to do in the evenings after work. So yeah, that's the update.